Hello and a very warm welcome to the brand new edition of Parliament This Week, your weekly roundup of all important developments in Parliament. I'm Kriti Mishra and now let's begin the show. So Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu on Thursday reviewed the preparedness for the ensuing monsoon session of Parliament. Chairman Naidu went through the drill in respect of various elements of the proceedings of the House, including members seeking to raise various issues from different locations by raising hands, raising points of order, participating in voice vote and division if required. He also tested audio quality along with simultaneous interpretation during participation of Rajya Sabha members from both the houses of Parliament. Take a look at this detailed report.
Members of Rajya Sabha will be seated in multiple locations during the monsoon session, and that poses new challenges in this first-of-its-kind session of Parliament. Effective coordination for hassle-free, technology-aided participation of members will be a major issue. In preparation for such a session, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu on Thursday went through the familiarization drill for over 45 minutes. To comply with physical distancing norms, Rajya Sabha members will be seated in the chamber and 4 galleries of Rajya Sabha and the chamber of Lok Sabha. This will effectively lead to the chairman requiring to keep a close eye on 6 different locations from where members will participate in the proceedings. Chairman Naidu went through the drill in respect of various elements of the proceedings of the House, including members seeking to raise various issues from different locations by raising hands, raising points of order, participating in voice vote and division of votes. He also tested the audio quality along with simultaneous interpretation during participation of Rajya Sabha members from both houses of Parliament. Officials of Rajya Sabha were made to sit in the chambers of both houses and the galleries of Rajya Sabha for the mock proceedings. Chairman Venkaiah Naidu expressed satisfaction over the systems put in place for the first-of-its-kind multi-location proceedings of the House. As a backup, a hotline communication facility has been set up between the chambers of the 2 houses for communicating any message regarding participation of members in case of any technical emergency. Chambers of both houses are connected by a half-a kilometer long optic fiber and audio-visual cables for real-time transmission of signals to enable members seated in both houses to watch the proceedings. For enabling members of Rajya Sabha to sign the attendance register as required under the law, Chairman Naidu has directed officials to distribute the members to 6 different counters as against the present arrangement of signing in one register so as to minimize physical contact. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And moving on now, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla on Thursday chaired a meeting with the CPWD and NDMC officials as well as the General Secretaries of both the houses to review the preparations for the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament. The Speaker directed all the agencies concerned to work diligently for sanitization and other arrangements.
The meeting was attended by officials of CPWD and NDMC, during which important suggestions related to safety protocols for members of Parliament and other staff members were given. The Lok Sabha Speaker informed that guidelines are being prepared for the upcoming session, keeping in mind social distancing norms. Secretary Generals of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha were also present during the meeting.
And moving on now, the 31-member department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Commerce, headed by Rajya Sabha member V. Vijay Reddy, presented its 154th report on the subject, export of agricultural and marine products, plantation crops, turmeric and cord to Rajya Sabha Chairman on 26th of August 2020. The report was considered and adopted by the committee at its meeting held on 27th of July 2020. Parliamentary panel on Ministry of Commerce and Industry called for renewed focus on post-harvest infrastructure, supply chain, value addition and exploring new overseas markets for promoting export of agricultural, marine and plantation commodities as well. Take a look.
Chairman of the committee, V. Vijay Reddy, submitted the report that has highlighted India's position as one of the leading producers of cereals, fruits, vegetables, spices, milk, sugar and seafood products in the world. According to the report, India exports only 0.2% of its wheat, 1.2% of pulses and 1.3% of fruits. The report also gives prominence to the new agriculture export policy launched in 2018 and its focus to make India a global power in agriculture and raise farmers' income. The committee noted that India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world with a production of 311.7 million tons. Indian dairy market is among the fastest growing market in the world. The report highlighted that the country exports only 10% of its tea production. The panel recommended exploring prospects for permitting regulated foreign direct investment in the tobacco sector and to establish export-only tobacco farms to boost tobacco export. It also appreciated the role of agro-rural based coir industry in generating employment, especially amongst the female workforce. Besides, the committee called for research and product development to improve the quality and yield of marine products. The report was adopted by the committee at its meeting held on 27th of July 2020. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the BJP on Wednesday named party spokesperson Syed Zafar Islam as its candidate for the Rajya Sabha bypoll to a seat from Uttar Pradesh. The election for this seat will be held due to the demise of Rajya Sabha MP Amar Singh.
A party statement said the Central Election Committee has given its nod for Syed Zafar Islam's name. The election for this seat has been necessitated due to the death of Rajya Sabha MP Amar Singh. Syed Zafar Islam is a low-profile BJP leader and a former banker. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has issued a notification for the bypoll. The bypoll is slated to take place on September 11th. The last date to file nominations is September 1st.
And the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs serviced by the Rajya Sabha set a record by meeting for 4 hours and 45 minutes without a break on Thursday, discussing various aspects of the COVID-19 pandemic and its handling in the National Capital Territory. Several witnesses were heard on the impacts of the pandemic. Take a look.
The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs, serviced by the Rajya Sabha, met for 4 hours and 45 minutes without a break. Veterans of the Rajya Sabha Secretariat called it the longest break-free meeting yet. The committee, chaired by Rajya Sabha MP Anand Sharma, set another record by holding 2 successive meetings of more than 4 hours duration each. Its previous meeting on the pandemic also lasted 4 hours and 12 minutes. The first meeting during the intersession period was 3 hours and 14 minutes long, taking the total meeting time to 12 hours 11 minutes to discuss the pandemic with various stakeholders. In Thursday's meeting, Chief Secretary of the Government of NCT of Delhi, Vijay Kumar Dev, gave a detailed presentation on how the pandemic was handled in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. Home Ministry Additional Secretary Govind Mohan also took part in the meet. In earlier meetings, Union Secretaries of Home Affairs and MSMEs, senior officials of the Union Health Ministry, Director General of ICMR, Director of AIIMS Delhi, and representatives of MSME organizations appeared as witnesses. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And here are all the updates on parliamentary standing committees.
The committee headed by Congress MP Jairam Ramesh undertook clause-by-clause consideration of the DNA Technology, Use and Application Regulation Bill 2019. It is likely to finalize suggestions on the bill at its next meeting. Science and Technology Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan introduced the bill in the Lok Sabha on 8th July 2019. On 15th October, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu referred the bill to the Parliamentary Standing Committee. The bill provides for a national DNA data bank and regional DNA data banks. It also seeks to control the use of DNA technology to establish the identity of certain categories of persons, including offenders, victims, suspects, and under trials.
Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Ministry Secretary Sanjay Agarwal gave a presentation regarding the steps taken by the government in this regard. The panel is headed by Lok Sabha MP P.C. Gardigodar. This was the third meeting of the committee, the last having been held on 21st of July. 11 MPs were present at the meet. In its earlier meetings, the committee held discussions on crop insurance, locust attacks, and the welfare of fishermen. In the 60s, the availability of certified quality seeds in the country was just 40 lakh quintal. However, due to the government's strategic measures, it has crossed 370 lakh quintal over the years. Heavy Industries Secretary Arun Goyal made a presentation before the committee regarding this. The panel is headed by V. Vijay Sai Reddy. 14 members were present at the fourth meeting of the committee. In the coming weeks, the committee will hold discussions with experts and officials in several sectors, including heavy industry, automobiles, electronics, and MSME. On Wednesday, the committee held discussions with representatives of the Automotive Component Manufacturers Association of India and the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers.
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu called for nurturing of the entrepreneurial talent among the youth of the nation to make India Atmanirbhar in the times to come. He said that we must tap into the entrepreneurial talent and technological skill of every citizen of the nation and harness our local resources to attain self-reliance and to serve the humanity at large.
Praising Acharya Vinoba Bhave for his effort in disseminating Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said Vinoba Bhave was a true Gandhian who worked for the empowerment of the poor. He also emphasized nurturing entrepreneurial talent among youth to make India self-reliant.
I call upon the organizations like Harijan Sevak Sangh and others to identify and impart entrepreneurial training as part of the development into Atmanirbhar Bharat in the years to come. Our self-reliance is not about being ultra-nationalist or protectionist, but to become a more significant partner in global welfare.
Vice President Naidu said youngsters must be educated about the works of great leaders like Vinoba Bhave, who gave direction to social and economic progress of the people.
I am happy that Harijan Sevak Sangh has planned a series of online programs to celebrate Vinoba Bhavaji's 125th birth anniversary. It is essential to educate the youngsters, the present generation, about the life and works of great leaders and about the necessity of Sarvodaya and Antyodaya approach for social unity and economic equity.
The Vice President noted that through the Bhudan movement, Vinoba Bhave, just like Gandhiji, showed that lasting changes are possible with people's active participation without coercion and violence.
Like Gandhiji, Vinoba Bhavaji also brought about the change without coercion, without violence. Both have demonstrated that positive, lasting changes are possible with people's active participation. This is a lesson for all of us.
The Vice President said a fitting tribute to Vinobaji on his 125th birth anniversary would be to work in an integrated manner for the rural population. Social reformer and freedom fighter Vinoba Bhave started the Bhudan movement in 1951 when he appealed to landowners to donate their land to the poor and landless. With inputs from Navvikram Singh, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And stage is all set for the monsoon session of Parliament. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu also reviewed the preparedness, and Secretary General of Rajya Sabha, Deshdeepak Verma, said that all the arrangements are in place for holding the ensuing monsoon session of Parliament.
Well, several firsts. First time the Rajya Sabha, and of course on the other days the Lok Sabha, will get extended right up to the galleries. So, the extension is horizontally right up to the chamber of the Lok Sabha and vertically right up to the galleries. And this, the entire place will now become a part of the Rajya Sabha chamber, and the members are going to be seated not only in the chamber, but also in the galleries and also in the Lok Sabha, and both the places are connected with the RSTV would be of course covering it, and the members, when they are speaking from the Lok Sabha, or they are speaking from the Rajya Sabha galleries or from the chamber, it would be seamless as if they are speaking from inside the Rajya Sabha chamber. So, that is a different kind of experience that the members are going to experience for the first time. जैसा कि आपको मालूम है कोविड की वजह से there is a need for a social distancing, and Honorable Prime Minister has also said that there will be at least 2 feet distance. So, from that point of view, all the chamber, the galleries and the Lok Sabha, they have been mapped, and we have found out as to how many people can sit in different places without compromising a bit on the social distancing. So, in the process, in the Rajya Sabha chamber there will be 61 members, 60 members. In the Rajya Sabha gallery there will be about 51 members, and in the Lok Sabha chamber there will be 133 people sitting, and that makes it the total number of our strength. And the arrangements have been made that not only they can listen to whatever is happening in the Rajya Sabha, whether the Rajya Sabha chamber or the Lok Sabha chamber, but they can hear everything, they can see everything, and they can even listen to the interpretation, and if they want to make an intervention, so that arrangement has also been made. So, that's the process that has been set in.
And that's all I had for you in this edition of Parliament this week. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Rajya Sabha TV.